The president has returned to Taiwan after that 3-day visit to Eswatini, a trip that was delayed earlier after Taipei said China had pressured countries along the flight route to deny transit permissions. In fact, the visit eventually went ahead, but not without adjustments. Taiwanese officials say the Seychelles, Mauritius and Madagascar withdrew previously granted overflight clearances ahead of the original schedule last month. Beijing denied coercion while saying that it had high appreciation for the decisions taken by those countries.
The fact that this trip was obstructed at one point has instead allowed the world to see the firm determination and will of the Taiwanese people to go out into the world.
The president rescheduled the trip and arrived in Eswatini on the 2nd of May, completing meetings focused on economic cooperation, agriculture, education, and cultural ties. Eswatini remains Taiwan's only formal diplomatic partner in Africa and one of just a dozen countries globally that maintain official ties with Taipei. On his return, he described the overseas visits as a basic right for governments.
This visit is not merely exercising diplomacy rights between states in order to foster friendly relations, but more so a demonstration of Taiwan's will to uphold international order with all like-minded countries.
China, in line with its One China policy, claims Taiwan as part of its territory, opposes official exchanges between Taipei and other governments, and has consistently sought to limit Taiwan's diplomatic space. Despite those constraints, Taiwan continues to maintain ties with a small group of partner countries while expanding informal cooperation with others. The visit to Eswatini was part of that broader outreach. And for more on these developments, Dimitri Brewer is getting us this report. Take a look.
President Ching-te is back in Taiwan this morning after pulling off what seemed nearly impossible just 2 weeks ago when China pressured Seychelles, Mauritius and Madagascar to revoke overflight permits. This morning, he stood at Taoyuan International Airport and declared Taiwan will not back down. So what changed? The turning point came when Eswatini's Deputy Prime Minister arrived in Taipei on the King's personal jet last week. President Lai boarded that same aircraft and flew to Eswatini as her guest, bypassing the blocked airspaces entirely. The return flight covered 25,000 kilometers, swinging southeast over the Indian Ocean to avoid those airspaces. This wasn't just a state visit, it was a proof of concept for how Taiwan might navigate Chinese diplomatic pressure going forward. The question now is whether this walk around will be replicated or whether Beijing will find ways to close this loophole too. This is Dimitri Brewer in Taipei for TVBS World Taiwan.